So how does it not occur to you to have a paternity test done? I know it doesn't occur to you because you want him to be the father, because he's the stable one, and he's the responsible one, and he's the one who will pay child support.
I have been led to believe a lie. My ex-girlfriend has told me...
How long did you two date?
We dated for a total of 3 years, Your Honor, off and on.
And where did you guys meet?
We have been friends since high school. We didn't date in high school, Your Honor, but towards the end, after we had both graduated, we had a lot of mutual friends and a lot of mutual circles that we ran in, and we just ended up dating as adults.
Okay. And at what point in time during those 3 years that you dated did she become pregnant?
That was not until after we had moved in, Your Honor.
Moved in together?
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct.
Okay, so she gets pregnant and you guys stop dating?
No, ma'am. About a month into her living with me, she told me she was pregnant, and that was when we decided that we were going to have this baby and raise the child together.
How long after that did you guys break up?
A year,
okay.
Your Honor.
So
right after the baby was born.
And why did you guys break up?
We were on a great positive streak for a while, Your Honor, and then after the baby was born, we started having awful fights again, and we both agreed that it would be better for her to move back in with her parents.
Okay. At any point in time, did you do a paternity test?
No, ma'am, not at the time.
If you guys were on again, off again, what was happening during the off again?
During the off again, we were both seeing other people, Your Honor.
So why wouldn't you want to have a paternity test done when she says she's pregnant?
At that time, Your Honor, I fully believed that the child was mine. There was no other...
Based on what? Stardust? Like, if you know that both of you are seeing other people in all the off again moment, you knew you were seeing other people, right? Why didn't you have a paternity test done?
There's something in me that I just knew.
You don't know. Neither one of you know. And the worst part is, it's not like she stepped out on you. You actually knew she was seeing other people, and yet none of you go out there and have a paternity test. Okay. How long did you parent the child before you found out that it wasn't yours?
A year and a half, Your Honor.
Right. So I imagine you developed a bond with this baby. Is it a girl or a boy?
Girl, Your Honor.
And you thought this was your little girl?
Yes, ma'am.
How did you figure out it wasn't?
We were at a barbecue at her mom's house. Her family and I have known each other for years. We've been very close for a long time. And during that barbecue, her grandmother actually was drinking a lot and let something slip to a group of people.
What was it she said?
She was shouting, "Just look at him. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Just look at him."
Oh, that's what Grandma said?
Yes, ma'am. She was saying that loudly to a group of people, and I overheard her say, "Everybody knows it's not his. Just look at him."
Wow.
3 years. On and off, both seeing other people during the off periods. She gets pregnant. He moves her in. Never asked for a DNA test. Why? Because he wanted it to be true. He said it himself. There was something in me that just knew. Sir, that is not biology. That is hope. And hope does not hold up in a paternity test. He raised this little girl for a year and a half. Thought she was his daughter. Paid $600 a month. All because nobody had the courage to ask one simple question.
I thought Grandma was out of it. Grandma's the one who cued you into it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what did you do?
I, at the time, was just caught off guard by it, but then I started to feel some misgivings. We had had a lot of trust issues in the past with our relationship. After the grandmother implied that, I took that as a cue to do some further research, and I went and got a paternity test done shortly thereafter.
And what did it say?
It said that I'm not the father.
Okay, and so how do you tell her that?
I was sick to my stomach. I was awful, as you understand. Like, I was already raising this child for a year and a half. Thought the child was mine, was blind to everything else because I was so excited about being a dad. My own parents are divorced, so I didn't want to have this child grow up without their father.
How did you then contact her and say, what did you say?
I called her and just asked her, "Is this true? Like, do you have anything to say about this?"
And what did she say?
She said it was all made up, that I was the father. There was no one else that it could be.
Wait, I'm sorry. Didn't you confront her with a DNA test?
Yes, ma'am.
And what'd she say? DNA shmDNA?
She just said, "That's not possible. Like, there's no other way."
What's going on, Miss Brown?
I was in shock. I had no idea. I mean,
well, how could you not have an idea? You understand how biology works, right?
I was on birth control. We were safe.
Did you have an idea that you slept with him and another person within several weeks? I can't hear you.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
That is...
A drunk grandmother at a family barbecue destroyed everything. She looked around and said out loud, "Everybody knows. Just look at him." Everybody knows. That means this was not a secret in that family. That means Miss Brown had told someone, possibly multiple people, and this man was standing there paying $600 a month while the whole family already knew, and Wade confronted her with an actual DNA test. Her response was DNA shmee. Ma'am, the science doesn't care about your feelings.
Not like, okay, so how does it not occur to you to have a paternity test done? I know. It doesn't occur to you because you want him to be the father because he's the stable one and he's the responsible one and he's the one who will pay child support. But I don't understand how you don't ask for a paternity test when it wasn't a secret that she was dating and seeing other people. I do not understand. So both of you just say, well, this is how we want it to be, so this is how it's going to be. Did you know he wasn't the father?
I had no idea.
Do you know who is the father?
Yes.
Well, have you taken that person to court to start paying child support?
I don't even know how I would do that. I don't even know how to get in touch with him. I heard that he
You just have like a vague memory of who he is?
That's right.
You don't think your daughter has a right to know who her actual father is?
She has a right
She just has a right to know who you want the father to be?
No, that's not what I'm saying. She has a bond with this man who's been there for her since before she was born. And
your daughter's not really at the age of cognition. She probably lights up because that's who she is familiar to her. But it seems to me like both of you really should have gotten to the bottom of this about a year and a half ago. And neither of you wanted to do it. Neither of you had the stomach to do it. You just wanted it to be true. And then you set up and played house, and then that didn't work out, and you still didn't have a paternity test. It's bizarre to me. But do you have any evidence that she deliberately defrauded you, that she knew you weren't the father?
No, Your Honor. Not other than the fact that we had been doing a co-parenting situation for over a year and a half before I confronted her.
Yeah, but so were you. You were doing that too. My question to you is, do you have any evidence that she knew and lied and defrauded you, rather than that both of you were, as we say in Spanish, tapando el sol con un dedo? You're covering the sunshine with one finger like that. Oh, the sun's not there.
No, Your Honor. She had ample opportunities to.
So did you.
I didn't know that she was sleeping with other people.
I'm sorry. You knew she was seeing other people.
After we had moved in, Your Honor. The timing was after, like a month after she had moved in. Then she said she was pregnant. So to me, I was like, there's no other way that it could be anybody else, because she had ample opportunities after she got pregnant.
Apparently.
She had time to tell me things, ma'am, and let me know that.
But why didn't you, if you knew, because you already told me that you knew that she was seeing other people.
Yes,
why wouldn't you demand the paternity test? Everybody within the sound of my voice, if someone tells you they're pregnant, demand a paternity test.
Yes, ma'am. We had just had such history together. I took her at her word, and that was on me. That was my mistake.
What do you mean? She doesn't know. What, does she have some magical powers to know who the father is?
She had time to let me know that she had misgivings, Your Honor, or let me know that this is a possibility.
Yeah, I agree. I think that unless she really never paid attention in biology class, she should have figured it out. She should have tried to figure it out, because it's important to your child for you to figure it out. But in her head, probably the best thing she could do is make you the father.
Yes, ma'am.
And praying you're the father until you're not. Unfortunately for you, the law is that unless you can prove that she defrauded you, meaning she knew you weren't and pinned it on you anyway. Not she slept with more than one person. That's not enough. She knew you weren't and pinned it on you anyway. That's the only way that you can get your $7,200 back. If it turns out that she's just clueless and mistaken, you can't get the money. You can't order her to pay you the money back. I'm curious, though. Since you determined that you were not the father, have you seen the child or no?
No, Your Honor, I have not. I was in a state of bliss when I found out. I've always wanted to be a dad. I ran with that and committed to that. And then when I found out that she had basically been lying by omission and not telling me the whole story and not expressing anything, clearly her grandmother knew that something was going on. How
did grandma sit around talking about, what's with grandma?
I have no idea.
Have you ever talked to her since then? Does she know you're here? Like, does she know where all this
About
led?
the lawsuit? We can hardly stay in the same room now.
Who,
That's
you
how
and
mad
Grandma?
I am at her. She can't believe it's speculation, gossip in the family
Yeah, but something must have led them to speculate and gossip.
They gossip about everyone.
Wow.
That to me is the evidence, Your Honor, is that there's no way someone would have just made that up and just fabricated that unless she had told someone else or expressed concern that, hey, this is a possibility. I don't know who my child's father is. And she didn't say anything like that to me at all. She was fine when I was paying $600 a month.
Did you ever have any idea that it wasn't him? I can't hear you.
No, Your Honor.
So why did your grandmother have an idea? She just looked at him and looked at the baby and said, oh, they don't even look alike. When you're in an on-again, off-again relationship and someone tells you they're pregnant, run, don't walk to the nearest DNA test.
Yes, ma'am.
It's not enough for her to just be irresponsible. You have to be able to prove to me in a court of law that she knew you weren't and lied, and that's not present here. My verdict in this case is for the defendant.
All rise.
Judge Milian has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's case is dismissed.
Regardless of what happened here today, you have a daughter at home and she needs you.
I think you know what you did, and things didn't work out. The money's gone now, but it is what it is, and I hope you make some changes, and I wish you the best.
Here is where the law and justice split into two completely different directions. The judge ruled for the mother, and legally, she was right, because sleeping with two men and not knowing which one is the father is not the same as knowing he isn't the father and lying about it. That distinction cost this man $7,200. But here is what the judge also said that nobody's talking about. She looked at Ms. Brown and said straight up, you want him to be the father because he is the stable one, the responsible one, the one who will pay child support. That is not a compliment. That is an indictment. And the real tragedy? There's a little girl at home whose actual father is some man her mother barely remembers, who has no idea he has a daughter. And this man, who loved her, raised her, showed up every single day, walked out of that courtroom with nothing, no daughter, no money, no answers, just a lesson that nobody should ever have to learn this way. The judge dismissed the case. The $7,200 is gone. But the real loss is that little girl who now has no father in her life. Not because he didn't love her, but because two adults were too afraid to ask one question from the beginning. If you are in an on-again, off-again relationship and someone tells you they are pregnant, the judge said herself, run, don't walk, to the nearest DNA test. Not because you don't trust the person, because a child deserves the truth. Like and subscribe if this case hit different. Next one is even worse.